Hello and welcome to Mr. Summerhayes' video podcast on Islamic medicine. First up, to know a bit about their medicine, you need to know a little bit about their civilization. They were religious, obviously, and lived their life according to the Quran, which is spelt like that, or sometimes like that. They were also very scientific. They were well educated, and they were a lot more able to read and write in Arabic than people in Western Europe at this point. This scientific approach led to an experimental attitude to medicine, so they would try things out, but they were also very mathematical, which meant that they could quantify, measure drugs to make sure they got the right strength and didn't kill you. The Islamic world spread, although it wasn't as large as, say, the Roman Empire. It did spread quite a long way, so it encompassed quite a few people, and medicine was a central part of Islamic way of life and culture. Muhammad, the Prophet himself, was supposed to be a healer who used things such as honey and cauterization, although he disliked cauterization because of the pain it caused. So, what do they know about the body and disease? Well, a lot of it was based on the work of Galen and Hippocrates, those old chestnuts. But as well, they did base some on Indian doctors. Some of Galen's mistakes were accepted by certain people, important people in Islamic medicine. For example, Avicenna used Galen's works and did acknowledge Galen when he said that blood went from one side of the heart through the septum to the other. Rhazes, on the other hand, didn't accept some of his mistakes and proved and criticised the full human. Right, this is Avicenna. I will use his Western name because they all have Islamic names, and for clarification I'll just use their Western names. Avicenna came up with this, which is called the Canon of Medicine, a very famous, very popular book which was used in the West up to the 19th century, which has earned him the title of father of modern medicine. And this advocated, well, it got a lot of stuff in it, but it advocated experimentation into the study of the body, including dissection. Canon of Medicine. Alright, dissection, although some people think that it was forbidden in Islamic medicine, it was done, and those sort of experimental techniques found a lot about the body, although not everything. Rhazes was the other famous Islamic doctor, and together those people came up with diseases including meningitis and cancer, measles and smallpox. They also discovered that disease was contagious. Surgery. Leeches were used and described for the first time in Avicenna's Canon of Medicine. There were basic anaesthetics such using drugs and herbs such as cannabis and opium. That was part of something called a soporific sponge. Soporific sponge. There you go. To take some of the pain away. This guy was called Abul Calcis, and he was very important in surgery because he invented over 200 surgical implements, including the forceps, needle, scalpel, and the bone saw. Other people in Islamic medicine, surgery, invented other surgical implements like the hypodermic syringe, and they were able to do surgical techniques like tracheotomy, and they were very good at doing eye surgery, removing cataracts, and they were also very good at dentistry. They could do post-mortems, and the first autopsies were done in medieval Islamic times. And they also used alcohol as an antiseptic. In diagnosis and treatment, they base a lot of their theories on the fact that in the Quran, Muhammad had said there is always a cause and a cure for disease, apart from one, which was old age. And he wrote things down like, for every disease, Allah has given a cure, which meant that they tried to find the cure. They set out to experiment and find what those cures were. Razis, for example, used urinalysis, which is testing the wee-wee, and stool tests, which is testing the poo-poo, as well as other observations to diagnose illnesses. And to treat them, he used, there you go, Razis, that's how you spell his name, chemotherapy, including chemicals like arsenic salt, alcohol, copper, to help to try and treat the disease.